Hello, welcome. Dr. Stephen Mujay here. I've come in to record and give you some information that you are going to need for Visual Studio, Visual C# that we are going to be using in this class. There are a couple ways that you can have Visual C# installed, or that you can complete assignments, I should say. You can either install it on your home computer, or you can access it from the labs that are on campus using Citrix. And I am going to show you the first method, that is of using Citrix. I believe by now you have received this email with information that you need. You can see in here there is the URL that you need to access Citrix from your home computer, and it is using this Citrix. So you use Citrix to access the labs on ISU campus. So in other words, you can access the labs from the comfort of your home. In that way, you don't have to download Visual Studio 2015 on your computer, but you would need to access the labs using Citrix, using this link right here, which should be in the PDF that was emailed to you. All right, so when you open that URL, that will take you to the Citrix page. Of course, you would need to go through the process of logging in, and this will not be, this should be the initial page that you get to. And if you click on desktop, that will display different labs. Your labs might be different from what I have right here, but you should at the minimum have this Tech Turner 210 lab. So this will give you access to all the computers, and you need at least one in this lab. I believe you also have access to this lab 167. It also has the Microsoft Visual Studio 2015 installed on it in order for you to work on the projects. For this class, you do not have one for week 1, but starting with week 2, you will need it. All right, so I'll click on this lab and then open Citrix Workplace Launcher. This will take about a minute to load. And all right, so this is the computer that I was working on before. I will close it. So this is a computer on in the lab in Turner 210. So on this computer, if you scroll down, you will notice that Visual Studio 2015 is already installed. And there it is. So you click it, and you probably won't get to this page right away, since the first time that you'll be using it. So if you don't want to install it on your home computer, use Citrix to access the labs on campus and complete your work while you are on there. So what I will say is, because there is you need to go to Tools, and under Tools, go to the Import and Export settings. Click Next. There is an important setting that we are going to need in here. Okay, let's see. This does not seem to give us that option, but I will cancel this one and close it. So that's Citrix. Or maybe let me see if I can. All right, I'll show you that option from my home computer right here. So I'll go to Visual Studio 2015. This is it right here. So that's our opening. And the option I was talking about is the import and export. You click next, next, and right here, there is the Visual Studio C#. We are going to be using, as you know, C# in our class. So this is what you need in order to complete the assignments. So make sure that option is selected since that is what we are going to be using, and then just click finish. And now Visual Studio is ready. But on your home computer though, you may need to download Visual Studio 2015. So if you go to Google, Visual Studio 2015, that's it right there. You can see the one from the Microsoft website right here, which is the first one, and the fact that you have the Microsoft in the URL tells you that it's a legitimate Microsoft website. That way you are not going to other sites that may bring viruses to your computer. So if you click on that, notice the latest one is Visual Studio 2019, but that's not what we're going to be using in this class. So scroll down here and go with the 2015 edition. And then from there, you can download it and install it. That's what we are going to be using. I went through that process to get to this Visual Studio that you are looking at on my screen. And of course, under the tools, import settings, I selected Visual C# since that's what we are going to be using. In order to get it started, I'm going to do a new project, and the Windows form is what we need. Make sure you browse to the location where you want to save your projects. So I'm going to browse to Tech 151. In your case, make sure that you save to the iDrive. And I would need to do something on this computer, or it's already connected. So you can go to iDrive, and on the iDrive, I have these folders created, the projects folder created, and I am going to create another one in here, new folder, and I'm going to call it demo. All right. And then select folder. And then I am going to type in Tech 151 demo. Make sure the Windows Form application is selected and click OK. That will open the window that you are going to be using for the most part to write the programs as the semester begins. As I mentioned, as the semester progresses, I should say, you do not have one for this week, for the first week, but starting with week 2, you will be using this. All right, so on the top left, there is our toolbox. If you can click it and then pin it right there. So it lists the different objects that you need that we are going to be talking about. For instance, I can drag this object right onto my form, and then I can have a couple labels on there. And I'm going to add some text boxes. I know I'm going a little bit fast, but this is for demonstration purposes. We are going to take a deep dive, in the upcoming weeks in terms of how this works. All right, so I'll select the button. On the right side here, you can see I have the properties. So I can change this to click me. You can make some different changes in terms of the color. You can change it to different colors. There are different options that you have. For the label, I'm just going to do the basic changes for demonstration purposes. I'm going to type in first name. All right, and the label for this one is going to be last name. All right, and I'll go to the form itself and give it the name login info. All right, as I type it, notice how it changed. As I changed it in the properties right here, it also changed that information right there. So those two are related. You know, you do some of the editing using the properties feature, which is over here. All right, so after that, I'm going to go and save all so that all my changes are saved. That will take a few seconds. You can, now it's done. Oh, it's not, okay, now it's done. I can close it. And if I wanted to go back to it later, I'll browse to that folder where I have saved it under my projects, under demo. This is the solutions file that you need if you need to access it afterwards. So I double clicked it. That will take me into my solutions for file. And I can continue working on this file once it loads. All right, so this is what we are going to be working on as the semester progresses. All right, so that is all for now. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.